welcome to Moon Knight. I'm not like the most versed in his character. I've read like 2 Moon Knight comics, so I know like a tiny little bit. What are you doing, a little magic trick? Oh, what are you doing? Don't put your feet in those, please don't. Oh. I'm gonna go ahead and assume that must be our villain, but I don't know who the character would be. 2 great song choices right off the bat. Is that speaking to our main character here? I actually don't know which version of this character it is. Like, which personality are we looking at right now? I love this song, dude. Okay, so he's got the sand around him, ties himself in bed, puts tape on the door. He must not realize that he has multiple personalities, because if you were sleepwalking, that would work. If you had multiple personalities, it would not.
Bit hard with one fin, isn't it?
Aww, little Nemo fish.
The brooms, right? Right in front of my entrance. Got no problem with it. Cheers. Laters, gators.
Has he said what his name is yet? Whoever it is, I'm very endeared to the character already. Aww, he looks so cute like that. Oh, come on, be nice.
Cheers.
Well, everyone can be an asshole as much as they want. He seems great. I would let him sleep on me. He seemed very nice and peaceful.
And did it suck for you? Getting rejected from the field of reeds?
He's not dead, asshole.
Because I'm not dead.
Yeah.
Stevie,
Right?
that better not be you again.
Sorry, don't
Oh, that was kind of interesting. He's like, am I? Shows where he's at mentally.
Which is to sell these to children.
Okay, asshole.
Got it. They didn't have that back then, did they? No. They're like figs and dates.
Still on for 7 tomorrow?
Oh.
7. Are you asking me out?
You're funny.
Okay, so one of his many multiple personalities has already taken the reins, it seems.
What in the world's a bloody vegan going to eat in a steakhouse?
I don't know, Donna. Salad? Bread?
Real catch you are.
Oh, fuck you.
Auditioned tour guide here. The answer's still no.
Seems like he knows a lot about it.
That's actually crushing to hear. But I'm trying to point out.
Aw. That was such good, like, comedic delivery right there.
I don't even know about it until I wake up wherever.
It's almost like there's a whole other person living in you.
What do you think? Extra pralines for the man himself? Sorry.
Could you take a picture of us?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
He's such a nice guy.
Oh, don't forget the tip. Oh, yes.
Okay, he's the best. The fact that he just reminded them, like, don't forget to tip, when it's not, you know, even his tips to take. I love him. I love him.
Alright, laters.
Oh, that is such a cool shot. Are you serious? I haven't been, like, amazed by the cinematography on the episode so far, but that one shot just upside down with the mirrored reflection, that was so good.
And welcome to Staying Awake. Let's start with trying to solve a puzzle. Try a book. Imagine being in the story you're reading. Solving puzzles is a great way to keep your mind awake. Chapter you'd like to be a part of?
The editing right here is fantastic. Whoa. So we're just jumping right in? Alright. Oh my god. Ew.
Oh, that was weird.
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
What happened?
That was weird.
Go back to sleep, worm.
Hello?
Worm? Who the fuck?
I completely agree.
It's not one of his voices. That must be,
Where are you?
what's his
Surrender
name?
the body
Conchu?
to Mark. The idiot's in control.
That's kind of interesting, though. So Steven is not Moon Knight, essentially. It's Mark. Ooh! Didn't think we were gonna get a little glimpse of that so soon.
Stand there. Run!
You could have said that so much sooner. Like, Conchu knows what's going on. We and Steven do not. But he's only then was like, well, run, they're shooting at you. Better put your hood up. That's what they always do in the movies, and for some reason it always works. No, yep, there goes the hood. It's so silly to me. Like, they should be able to recognize his outfit, but whatever. I'll let it slide.
This is the face of a good man.
I must know.
Oh,
Call me Arthur. Come.
Arthur. Okay. Yeah, it's always fucked when they're like, oh yeah, this one person knows who's good and bad.
I'm sorry. Scales see everything. Perhaps it's something that lies ahead.
Oh, what? So, do you have to do that little ritual with him for him to just be able to kill you like that? Or for his god, whatever? Because that's kind of fucked up.
The exchange.
Damn. Shit. Steven, yeah.
You. I know you.
Do you?
Mercenary? No, no, I'm not a mercenary.
That's Mark.
No,
I'm Steven.
London. Don't know why I'm saying it like that. Yeah,
I mean, obviously,
Nothing.
yeah, obviously he shouldn't, but if I were Steven, I'd probably also be like, yeah, take this shit. Like, I don't know what's going on.
I'm trying to give it to you. Wait.
Oh.
No.
Oh.
The idiot's back.
That was sick. That was really cool editing. And oh my god. Oh, damn! Falcon and the Winter Soldier got kind of close, but I feel like that might be the bloodiest they've gone in a Marvel property. Maybe I'm just imagining it. That seems pretty brutal, though.
Don't you dare drop the scarab.
Okay. Sorry, I really need it, man. I'm sorry. You know, instead of Khonshu being a fucking asshole and just being like, don't drop it, you're all the idiot's back, he could just fill him in. He's like, okay, the idiot's back. Let me fill the idiot in on what's going on so he can actually help us.
They're gonna kill me. They're gonna kill me.
I love this song too. They've got some great song choices this episode. Damn chicken truck. I was not expecting that. Oh shit, alright, let's go. Just throwing cupcakes. That's a really cool way they do that. Holy shit.
Truck.
Ooh. Oh! Again, no blood? That was brutal. Those people are super dead. No, let's do it again. Oh shit.
Then leave us be, parasite.
Okay, well, ooh. Okay, I want to fuck Khonshu up for that comment. Leave us be, parasite. It's not his conscious choice, and you won't explain anything, so fuck you. Well, that was a wild nightmare, right? Oh, that's actually kind of sad. Like, he really thinks that was just a crazy dream, but, we know it's not. What? Oh, he's got two fins.
Fish.
The fish is wrong. The time is wrong. You're not quite right.
You're not incorrect about that. What would Mark have gone into this shop for a goldfish, though? Like, what would he go there for? I don't understand. Don't tell me it's like the wrong day or something. That would actually make me feel really bad for him. He was so excited.
Right. Welcome to Sunday.
Come on, no.
Shit. He lost 2 whole days. I mean, not even for the date aspect of it all, just, again, like, he lost 2 days.
Sunday, sir.
No. I'll have the best bit of the,
Oh, dude, that's really, really sad, actually.
Well done.
Oh, okay.
Well done? Why would you get well done? He's not 80 years old. What do you...
Yeah, she's got a great sense of humour. Anyway, I'll tell you more about it tomorrow. Love you. Laters, Gators.
My heart. My heart. Yeah. I just want to give him a hug. I don't normally get, like, super
You want some?
protective, I guess, of characters in movies and shows, but this character, I'm like, I just want to make you happy, man. Mark, you fucked up putting the plank back in like that. And that was my very first phone, the Motorola Razr. Damn, very friendly with Layla. Well, answer it, shit.
Who do you think I am?
What do you mean, who? What's wrong with you, Mark?
What did you just call me?
Maybe it's Mark and her, like, they know about all the... That freaked me out.
Steven, I don't know, mate. Someone's having a laugh.
That's probably what I would think too. Ooh, very creepy. That was cool. Oh, that's so
Steven.
cool. The reflection, like, did not change at all.
Looking.
Fuck you, Mark. If I was Steven, I would look even harder now. Fuck you, Mark. Fuck you, Khonshu. I am tired of being left out of the loop. I want to know what's going on. Well, first mistake was you took the elevator. It's a little creepy. Let's keep going down. Oh, shit. Very cool.
Thank you. I'm visiting her. She's expecting me.
Oh. How much time did you lose now? Oh, this would suck, dude. Like, not having control. You know what? I already don't like Khonshu. Oh, what the hell?
He's real. So you really do work here? Oh, I'd assumed Steven.
This man right here has been following me. No, I don't know.
Prince Amit.
Oh, great.
Thank you.
Ronnie.
Aw, he's like, I thought we were friends.
Do you know Amit?
Well, she seems kind of rude.
No, not personally.
She knows what we've done and what we will do.
Great.
Bullshit.
Okay, well, books must have left that part out.
I'm a firm believer in destiny and fate is bullshit. My choices are my own. You don't know what I'm gonna do.
By even her own avatar.
Avatars. Blue people. Love that film.
By avatar,
You mean
what I mean.
Anime.
Steven, stop it.
Are you going to kill me?
That was really good.
In your head. Relentless. Forever unsatisfied.
Oh.
I saw you kill that woman in the Alps.
I didn't kill
I've told
her. I did.
millions of lies.
Shut up.
Do you want to know the truth?
I actually kind of do. Let's go for it. Oh, yeah. He just simply can't be judged.
There's chaos in you.
Oh, yeah. I totally forgot that. There's too many people living in one body. It's like, who do I judge? Am I judging Mark? Am I judging Steven? Interesting. Very interesting. And I think it's kind of cool that he basically has her in his head. And, well, I guess not Steven, but Mark has Khonshu in his head. What was that? Cool. I just love when they play with, like, the reflections in mirrors and stuff. Like, that's very cool. Ooh, that was cool. The glowing eyes and all. Like some kind of dog, jackal, whatever.
You won't be torn apart.
I'm gonna have to decline that offer. Solid start, get running. Run. Steven, please. You should have just run in the first place. Little too close.
Steven, save us.
Oh, we're gonna finally have a conversation here.
But I can't have you fighting me this time.
Look at me. This is real. I'm real.
Yeah, come on, Steven. Listen, this is the time.
Let me save us.
You make a compelling argument. If I were Steven, I would give over control, but I'd also be like, I'm gonna want control back because it's kind of bullshit that you have the superpowers and I don't. Yeah, whatever this monster is, yeah, you're getting fucked up. I kind of figured. Ah, sick. Very cool. Very cool. Alright, that was a sick first episode. Well, there's actually a lot to talk about after the first episode. They did not really hold back. They clearly needed to get a lot done here in the first episode, and, you know, they were not messing around. They were like, let's jump into it. So the opening scene was them introducing Arthur, our main villain, it seems. And so far, he's not completely one-dimensional. Like, he made actually some interesting points about, you know, administering judgment beforehand to save all those people with Hitler and all these other, like, you know, horrible historical figures. But it's clear he's still a person that deals in absolutes, and, you know, I don't think they're going to be doing much to redeem his character or anything. I'm pretty sure he's just going to be the bad guy. And then they just proceed to make Steven the most likable character I think I have ever seen. Obviously, I'm exaggerating a little bit, but in recent memory, I cannot think of anything that endeared me to a character so quickly. Like, I mean, just right off the bat, seeing how sad and lonely he is, as the song literally says. And he has like this, little bit of snark because people treat him like shit, and he, throws it back just a teeny little bit now and then. But for the most part, he's just a really sweet, nice guy. And, it made me so upset seeing so many people be so fucking rude to him. His boss is an asshole. Like, they're going so heavy-handed on it that I feel like we're gonna see a lot of these moments, but, the bits that he doesn't remember. So essentially, I think we're gonna get, like a Mark episode where basically everything we saw here in this one, we're gonna see, all the missing gaps. And I'm sure it's something they're gonna explore in the rest of the season, or I sincerely hope it is, because I don't see any other opportunities they're gonna have to really explore topics like this in the Marvel Universe, unless they go for Legion next. But the idea of one not being in control of yourself or your life, that is something that really anyone can relate to. Obviously, this is a much more extreme version of that because he's literally missing whole days of his life and he has no idea why. Like, I really felt for him, especially in that scene where he, breaks being a vegan to have the steak because he is just so distraught and does not know what's going on. That really broke my heart. But even beyond that, the idea of feeling like you're not the original, I didn't feel it too much in this episode, but there were enough hints where I feel like that's where they're gonna lead with it. Where I'm sure to Steven, he's like, I was always here. Like, I have always been Steven. Mark and Khonshu and, whatever other personalities end up showing up, they're all new. But I'm gonna be willing to bet there's either a twist that is not the case, or, they were always all there from the very start. So it's impossible to tell, who the original is, who is the most deserving of using this body. That's both terrifying and really tragic, honestly, that they all have to deal with that. It's stuff that's hinted at here. It's not something that they're really delving into super deep just yet. But like I said, I sincerely hope they do dive into that because this is prime. This is like their only opportunity to do it. So let's do it. But yeah, I still say it was especially frustrating though for Khonshu to just constantly be like, oh, the idiot's here. The idiot's here. Don't lose the scarab or I'm going to kill you both. Or, why don't you just go away, Parasite? My God, that drove me insane, dude. Because even from the perspective of, let's say Steven is a brand new personality and they're like, ah, shit, this totally fucks us up for, Steven to be in the mix when we were already doing all, X, Y, and Z. But then don't you think maybe the person inhabiting your body should probably know about some of these things for instances like this when, hey, maybe you're not in control during a moment that would be very unfortunate. And again, Mark doesn't seem to make an effort to do that, at least not until the very end. Or even then, he's still just like, stop looking into this, live your blissful ignorance. Which, fuck off, I hate that shit. Tell me what's going on. I do not want to be the third wheel. Especially Steven, man, he's such a good dude. I really love the moment of judgment with Steven because clearly Arthur and his god don't really know how to judge a person with multiple people in one body. And it's kind of interesting to see Arthur constantly be like amazed and shocked by Steven, and Steven's just like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just here for the ride. Like, I do not know what's going on. But Arthur's just like, you are something else. Like, what is your deal? What is your deal? And the final scene of Mark and Steven finally having a talk with each other, that was very good. Not only for the cinematography, like just panning around in circles basically to all the various reflections and how Mark is and isn't there at the same time. Very cool. And we partially got to see a transformation into Moon Knight. You know, we only saw the bandages start to like slip up over his shoulders before they kind of cut away. But still, it was cool. It's gonna sound kind of dumb, but it takes me back to like Power Rangers days when, you know, they would morph into the Power Rangers. It's just so cool. And they also end the episode on an interesting place, because now we've seen Moon Knight. We've seen Steven give control over to Mark. But Arthur's still very much a problem. We don't know anything about what's going on with Khonshu, how he became Moon Knight, you know, with Mark and all that. Like, what's Arthur's next step? Is Steven gonna, you know, take the reins again now that Mark has saved them? Or is Mark gonna assert control and dominance over his other personality? Like, I don't know. They've left it on such an open note that if someone didn't watch the second episode, I would be very much questioning their reasons as to why. But let's jump into the technicals. Writing in the episode, this may actually be the strongest category. I kind of take that back, just because with the first episode, even if it's a really strong first episode, if they don't stick the landing, then it kind of fucks up the beginning as well. But from what I can see, it seems like they set up a very compelling mystery, a very endearing main character with Steven, interesting character that I want to get to know with Mark and Khonshu, main villain who you're not 100%, you know, what their endgame is. Or, well, that's not necessarily the case. You know what his endgame is, you just don't know why that's his endgame or how he came to this place. And it was only one episode, but as far as I could tell, character motivations seemed very good. A lot of characters are just being fucking assholes. But again, I feel like because Steven has lost so much time to Mark, I feel like we're going to see a flip side to a lot of these events. And I kind of get the feeling that Mark is gonna be a dick. And he's gonna be the reason why some people are so mean to Steven. Which hurts my feelings, man. Like, I just want Steven to be happy, goddammit. As far as plot progression, we actually got a whole lot. Like I said, they introduced us to all these characters. They introduced us to the fact that he has multiple personalities. They introduced us to Khonshu, like, way sooner than I thought. There's still so much to find out, and they set it up very well. But like I said, it's a start, so this could go very, very sour. So I'm gonna go for a 9 out of 10. Editing, it was just phenomenal. Like, it was the best editing I have ever seen in a Marvel project, for sure. I feel like I might eat those words and rewatch like a Marvel movie that I'm not remembering and be like, oh wait, that was actually a little better. But I don't know, the cuts specifically to cut out the Mark sections of Steven's life, that was so good. Like, utilizing a simple jump cut to really emphasize this big moment that's happened. And then obviously all the, like, the stuttering flashes, which, you know, gives it that little bit more flair. But I personally think the best bit of editing in the whole episode was the scene that transitioned into that big chase with him, like, trying to stay up. The repetition of dialogue for the editing was fantastic.
Let's start with trying to solve a puzzle. Let's start with trying to solve a puzzle.
The sometimes rapid or slow cuts that they would have during that sequence to offset the audience was super good. And then to cut right when he's about to catch the Rubik's Cube to his jaw broken, like, that was so good. And really, really confused me, as well as Steven. Like, it was just such a jarring cut that normally I feel like someone would advocate against it. They're like, yeah, maybe don't do something that is so upsetting to the eye. But they said, fuck it, and they did it. It does seem like one way they kind of skirted around that was by zooming in really quickly right at the end of that first cut, and then have the next cut start with it zooming in, you know, real quick and then stopping. And it's clear to me that that was an edit, you know, that was something done in post. That wasn't something the cinematographer actually, like, did a quick zoom or anything. So yeah, I am very sure that they did it the way I said, just originally just to cut, straight from him about to catch it to him with his jaw broken. But they were like, it's not really matching. Like, my eye's kind of all over the place. So they needed a motion to kind of tie the two together and, marry it into something that looks good. So they did the, little effect where it does like the quick zoom, and it's so good. Super, super effective. I really love the editing in this episode. 10 out of 10. Cinematography was also extremely good. I know there's a lot of people that say Marvel projects look super samey. Like, they all just look like the same movie. I really don't know what these people are watching, because every single project has a different cinematographer on it, and I'm always able to tell really, really quickly, like, oh yeah, this is definitely someone different. This is a different style. Because here there was a lot of handheld camera work, which you got on a lot of like the Russo brother movies. But there's also some really, really cleverly done mirror and reflection camera work, which is a bitch. It is really hard to work with mirrors or reflections and a camera, because you run into the big issue of reflecting the crew, not the characters in your show or whatever. But regardless, they did some really like artistic, character-driven kind of cinematography moments that I really liked. The best one being the shot of him giving a tip to his friend, the statue.
All right, later.
Because the whole shot is upside down, but you don't originally think that. The way they framed it makes it look like you're looking at it normally and you're seeing the reflection of them right below it, but then the camera pans up and you realize you're looking at the whole thing upside down. Like, that was so good. Like, not only did it look amazing, but like I said, it speaks to the character of Steven, because he also doesn't know what the fuck is what. He also thinks his world is, upright, but then suddenly finds out that it's not. So yeah, I don't know. It's little stuff like that, especially, that makes me wonder why people are like, it looks so samey. I'm like, I've never seen a shot like that in anything else in a Marvel movie. Just because they use a similar, like, color grading, so it all looks like it's actually in the same universe, that doesn't mean it looks the exact same. That's all I'm saying. And I'm going for a 10 out of 10 because the cinematography blew me away. Sound design. This is where it'll slip just a little bit for me. The sound design certainly wasn't bad, but there's so many moments where I'm like, ooh, we're going to get, something very different here. We're going to get something really Egyptian sounding, or at the very least, just different. But I don't know. Every time it went into an action moment, or even the horror moments, it still has a lot of brass and very Marvel-y sounds, specifically during the last sequence when he's running from the jackal. I'm just going to assume it's a jackal and hope that I'm right. Very, very subtly underneath all the trumpets and, blazing brass instruments and everything, I could hear a slight sort of Egyptian tune going on. And I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. What's going on here? But I could barely hear it because they were really focused on it still having a kind of Marvel sound. And as I just mentioned before, I don't think a lot of these movies have as much of a samey problem as some people do. But here, the music for sure felt kind of samey to me. And I think that's a shame because, again, this is an opportunity of a lifetime here for the music. Like, you have a character dealing with Egyptian gods and split personalities, but you just make it sound like every other Marvel movie, and that, I think, is a real shame. Like, I think they did a way better job in Shang-Chi making that sound different and unique than they're doing here. However, the copyrighted music that they used during this episode, I liked a lot. I was not expecting it, and I was surprised at how well the lyrics actually fit a lot of the moments in the episode, too, so, I thought that was well done. And the actual score, it's not bad. It's just, I feel like I've heard it before. So I'll do a 7 out of 10. Acting, it was really good. Like, I was kind of floored, actually, with how good Oscar Isaac was throughout multiple parts of the episode, actually. I mean, for one, he has to play Steven, a, shy bookworm person from London, and he also has to play Mark, who appears to be American and is a mercenary. So just on that, like, he has to perform not only different accents, but different characters entirely. Body language was extremely different between Steven and Mark. Like, Steven always kind of, scrunches his shoulders up and keeps his hands up close to his chest. Whereas when you see Mark in the mirror, he, has his shoulders super squared and he, like, bows up to him, basically. Like, you can already tell the major differences between the characters, and that was only one short scene. But Oscar Isaac's performance was so unbelievable that I'm still going for a 10 out of 10. Costumes and makeup. I really, really liked that aspect of the episode. I'm just rewatching parts of it to pick up on some of the costumes, and he's so cute. Like, I cannot get over how likable they made Steven. He is unbelievably adorable. Like, anyone who's mean to him deserves to die. I'm not even kidding. He is too perfect. But yeah, for costumes, they did do something I did not pick up on the first time watching through it, or the second time watching through it, but I did just now as I was kind of like skimming through. Steven wears like really baggy clothes, stuff that doesn't 100% match. They really sell the like social anxiety of the character through his outfits. But then when you see him in whatever country they were in, for the big car chase, in that he's wearing like a nicer like brown jacket and a white hoodie and like fitted jeans. He looks considerably different. It actually looks like he even did his hair differently. I'm pretty sure as Steven, he always like combs it off to the side, kind of similar to the way I comb my hair, actually. And then for Mark, it looks like he kind of slicks it back. He's a little too cool for school. I don't know if that was actually the case or if he just happened to have slicked his hair a little bit more for that day of shooting. But it seemed like that was the case, and I'm guessing each personality will have a distinctive look to go with their distinctive personality, which is very cool. So I'll do a 9 out of 10 for that. Set design. I'm not trying to be a Marvel shill and just praising everything about it, but the set design was really, really good in this one. Not only did we get the cool location of, whatever idealistic country that he was in for the big car chase, but the museum set looks fantastic and massive. Like, I know for damn sure they did not go on location to film that. They definitely built that set, and that is a huge set. Probably not for Marvel standards, but for a TV show, that's ridiculous. But I think the thing I liked the most about set design in this episode was Steven's apartment. Like, once again, we're in such a nice place, like a very large open apartment for someone who works retail in a museum. Like, there is no way he could afford that. And I'm sure some people will be like, oh, well, that's because Mark probably helps pay for it or some shit. I guarantee that's not a part of it. If they do say that, I'm gonna call so much bullshit, because they also had Peter Parker move into a really nice apartment at the end of the last Spider-Man movie. And he straight up doesn't even have a job. Like, but regardless of that, they did a great job making it look very aged. Like, there was paint peeling off the walls, little scratches and stuff everywhere. Filling it with all kinds of various junk and Egyptian-based everything not only sets up the fact that he knows a lot about this stuff, but again, it speaks to the character. It shows that he's lonely. He has nobody in his life that gives him any attention, and he doesn't know how he would even start to do that because, as he said in the episode, tying yourself to the bed every night is kind of a big red flag. So yeah, I don't know. I thought the sets were very, very good. I'm gonna go for a 10 out of 10. And here's where we take a little bit of a nosedive. The visual effects. I will give them credit. There are some visual effects in this episode that I think are outstanding. A lot of them being, invisible effects, like absolutely removing cameras and crew out of like mirrors and everything, because There are quite a lot of reflection shots in this show, and you can kind of cheat it with clever angling of cameras and everything. But during some of the shots in this episode, I'm like, yeah, there's no way you could angle it. They definitely had to use some visual effects, which, good job. They did a great job with that. I think the jackal at the end looked very, very good. Again, they're kind of hiding it with like flashing lights or like things in the setting kind of getting in the way of the creature being on display for too long, which is smart. That's how you should do it. If you aren't able to make it super, super convincing, then yeah, that's how you should do it. But there were a lot of visual effects, specifically during the big car chase and everything, that just it did not look good. But yeah, like the shot of the guy jumping off the hood onto the back of the truck, it just looked very fake, including the bullet holes like in the window. Thought they didn't look very good. I mean, literally, I think every shot having the semi-truck in it, as brutal as it was seeing, you know, the car get smushed under it, that whole thing just looked like CGI. The way it moved, the way it looked, it just didn't look very good. And it doesn't ruin it for me or anything, but I do wish it was better. Oh, also, before I give it a final score, that shot of the water, like, shooting out of the sink at the end when, you know, Moon Knight is beating the shit out of the jackal, that looked awful. I'm sorry, but that looked awful. It looked like the water was weightless. Like, did not look good. So for visual effects, I'm going to do a 3 out of 10, which I think is the lowest I've ever scored anything on my list, actually. I realize that's being a bit harsh, but in this case, there were so many visual effects shots that would pull me out of the moment. And coming from, you know, a Disney Plus Marvel show, I kind of expect better. I'm like, you guys have more money than I could ever dream of. And that gives this first episode an 8.5 out of 10. Honestly, it would have scored much higher if it wasn't for the fact that I think a lot of the visual effects were pretty subpar. And for a different show, that wouldn't matter as much, but this is a Marvel show with a considerable amount of visual effects, so that shit needs to look good. But regardless, I really enjoyed the episode. As I've said a couple of times now, Steven is just about the most endearing character I think ever created. The concepts that they're introducing here with multiple personalities, what does that mean for each personality? Very, very cool. I want to know what's going on with the mystery, with Khonshu, Arthur and his deity, like the scarab. What is going on here? Hopefully it delivers. I feel like the mystery aspect on a lot of these Marvel shows has not delivered at all. So yeah, I'm hoping the mystery aspect of the story doesn't fuck up. Because Marvel's not exactly the greatest when it comes to, you know, big reveals and twists. And this is one of those shows where if they're able to nail that, they could have something just amazing on their hands. So fingers crossed, because I really like this first episode. I will see you all for that next one, and that's about it.